Let's talk about LinkedIn automation. In this short video, I'm going to cover all the fundamentals and stuff that you need to know as a beginner that wants to start automating LinkedIn engagements. And when I'm saying LinkedIn engagements, I am referring to visiting profiles of prospects, following prospects or people that you want to follow in order to extend your network, sending message requests to members of specific groups or events, and sending automated invitations, friend requests, and even follow-ups. These are like the 4 fundamental functionalities that you can achieve out of the box using this specific tool that I'm going to share with you. And we are going to dive deeper into a few nuances that can allow you to get the most out of your automation. And yeah, let's get to it. So first of all, there are many tools out there. Most of them are kind of similar, but in my opinion, Waalaxy is the best tool around. They currently have a Black Friday deal, but probably at the moment that you see this video, I'm not sure that it will be relevant anymore. As I said, most of tools offer the same functionalities more or less. You have Expandy, you have Waalaxy, you have LinkedIn Helper, I guess. I don't know if it's still live, but it was fine. Anyway, what you should do is you need to find a tool that has been around for a while, and you need to enter the Facebook groups and see that there are not too many people complaining about their accounts being blocked. Also look in Reddit and make sure that there are no complaints regarding the specific tool. Based on my experience, and I have been working with Waalaxy for like almost 2 years now, I guess, I had no issues. One thing that could happen is that LinkedIn pauses your ability to send friend requests or do any actions, but they never deleted my accounts. So from this perspective, I feel that Waalaxy is pretty safe. They have different pricing tiers. I'm not going to go over them at the moment because, if you want, just take a look later on. But it costs anywhere between, I think, 40 euros to 80 euros per month. Yeah, so this is the Black Friday deal, so it's way cheaper. But yeah, it's free, 56 per month or 80 per month. Now let's dive deeper into the Waalaxy dashboard. And this is my backend. So basically, you have the dashboard, which shows you exactly how many actions did you do. You have the LinkedIn actions, and you have the email actions. Waalaxy offers also emailing functionalities, but I don't use it for email functionalities, so I'm only doing LinkedIn automation with Waalaxy. You have the status of your active campaigns and your queued actions. These are the things like the actions that are supposed to be automated. One thing to mention regarding Waalaxy is, in opposing to other tools, it allows you also to operate via the cloud. This means that you don't have to be actively online with your Waalaxy tab open and your LinkedIn tab open in order to have these automations running. So this is pretty cool, and it's only available in the paid plans. So this is the dashboard in general. What we have next is prospects. These are lists of prospects. You can create lists based on whatever criteria that you would like, and you have the campaigns. These are in general the segments or the features that I'm using mostly in Waalaxy. Now let's dive deeper into each one of them. So the prospects, as I said, it offers you an ability to add prospects. So let's say, for example, CEOs in New York, tech only. So I've built this list, and now what I can do, I can import prospects from different sources. So one source is via LinkedIn search, the other source is via Sales Navigator, via CSV, from a LinkedIn group, a LinkedIn event, etc. Now, let me show you an example of importing via LinkedIn search. We go here. We search whatever we want. So we said CEO and tech. So we are going to have a list of people that are CEOs and have tech, the word tech mentioned in their profiles. And let's New York. We're going to narrow this down to New York. Now, one thing to mention regarding like this and, so LinkedIn has different search operands which are very important, and it's important for you to master them. They are not complicated. If you know a bit of programming, you also know these operands. So they have the and, let me write it down, and, or, and not. Basically, and means that you are looking for someone who is a CEO and has the word tech in his profile. If you are doing an or, so you're looking for someone who has CEO or the word tech in his profile. And this is why it jumped from 19,000 to 510,000. Yes, so this is CEO, someone who has in his profile CEO or tech. Now, if we will do not, so we are going to get only people who are CEOs and don't have tech in their profile. This will probably narrow this down to, you see, it's 50% of the people. Now we can also add brackets. So CEO, not tech, and Shopify. So we are looking for people who are CEOs not in the tech and also have Shopify in their profile. And this narrowed it down to 371 results only, and in New York. So this allows you to really pinpoint your prospects, to find them based on various parameters. You can also check out, like over here, you have different parameters that you can layer on top of this, like talks about current company, schools that they learned in, profile language, service categories, and keywords. But I often don't use this. What my goal is to have a list of 1,000 prospects. And why? Because Waalaxy only allows you to import 1,000 prospects at every iteration, every time. So if you have a list of more than 1,000 people, you're only going to import the first 1,000 people. So this is why I always suggest breaking the search down into chunks that are smaller than 1,000 people. As soon as I want to import, assuming that I want to import this group, you have here, this is from the Waalaxy Chrome extension. Basically, after you join Waalaxy, you also install the Chrome extension, and you are going to have this layer on top of your front end of LinkedIn, and you just hit the confirm button. Now Waalaxy is going to start importing these prospects to the list. What you can do here, you can immediately send the prospects that you've imported to a campaign. I will explain this later. Or you can just wait until this finishes. Now these prospects are going to be here in this dashboard. After this finishes, let's pause this for a second. After this finishes, you can clean the prospects up. There are a few methods you can clean them up. Let's say one method is here. Let's say you are looking only for CEOs, but you don't want someone who has the word engineer in his profile. So I looked for engineer. It was only 17 prospects. We found one. What I can do, I can delete him. So this is especially important if you scrape a big import or scrape a large amount of prospects and you want to clean the list up. So for example, you can write senior or agency, because you don't want agency owners, for example. You only want CEOs or whatever. You get the idea. So this is one way, like eliminating people that you don't want, removing them. The other way, you can search for people that you do want, let's say CEO, and then just select them all. And the next way is adding filters. You can come here and you can filter prospects based on various aspects. I won't dive deep into all of them, but what I usually do is by location and by job title. So you add CEO, CTO, CMO, all the C-level, and let's say we want only United States, United Kingdom, etc. We can also do like only people who have premium accounts, only people that are job seekers, etc. Now in this case, we have 2 people that match our filters, and we can just add them to a campaign or start a new campaign. I will dive deeper into the campaign in a moment. I just want to keep on discussing the prospects. I mean, how you can fetch prospects. So we discussed about importing prospects from search. Now we can also import prospects from groups/events. Now, why is this important? This is important because at the moment, and this might change because this constantly changes, you have quotas. These quotas are limitations that LinkedIn imposes on the amounts of actions that you can take. So for example, and these are all written down here. For example, you can only send 200 friend requests per week in LinkedIn. In opposing to this, you can send 145 message requests daily. Now, what is the difference? A friend request is, like you know, it's pretty straightforward. You find a prospect in the search and you send them a friend request. This is obvious. But a message request is a bit different. You can find people that are in a specific group or an event, and if you share an event or a group with them, you can send them a message request. A message request doesn't look quite like a friend request, but still you land in their inbox and you can send them whatever you want. Why this is powerful? Because, as I said, friend request you can send only 200 per week, but message requests you can do 100 and almost 150 per day. So this is why it's so important to import prospects from search and also import prospects from groups and events. Because if you go to a group that includes many of your prospects, you can just import all of them, and after you import them, you filter them out based on your criteria, and then you can start sending them message requests and basically leverage the ability to send 150 message requests per day. So let's say I would like to target store owners. So I would write Shopify. And I'm looking for a group. I don't want people, because if I add people, I'm limited to only 200 friend requests per week. So I'm going to join groups that I find relevant, because remember, we can only send 150 message requests to people who are with us in a group. So I'm going to find public groups, join them, and then you can see here that I can import the members, and you can import 10,000 members per iteration. So we start importing them, and eventually we are going to have for example, this group, I imported this group, almost 2,500 people, and now I can filter them out like I showed you before by deleting or eliminating people or just choosing specific people. So let's say I want only people in the US, United States. So I have almost 400 people and I can send them to a campaign. Now let's discuss the campaigns, because this is the second most important element. After we've imported the prospects, we can create a new campaign. We come here and we can browse different alternatives, different sequences. So let's get out of the way the most obvious ones. These campaigns just visiting profiles of prospects. This is relevant mainly if you target people who have a premium account, because if they have a premium account, they can see all the people that visited their profile. And sometimes you just want to jump into the awareness of someone, so you just visit their profile. This is one alternative. The second alternative is follow campaign, which is basically kind of similar. You follow specific prospects. I think you can do 100 of these every day. But the more sophisticated campaigns are here, and they have already use cases built in. So networking, not so, let's do like LinkedIn. Let's do here. And basically what we can do is invitation plus 2 messages. This allows you to send a friend request and then 2 follow-ups. We have an invitation and a message, which is a friend request plus a follow-up. We have a visit, then follow, then invitation, which is like, you want to warm up the prospect before you do the reach out. You have a visit, follow, invitation plus 2 follow-ups. It's endless. But what I want to show you is the message request. And as a reminder, message request isn't a friend request, but it's the action that you can do to reach out to group members and event members, and you can do 150 of them each day. Now let's just show you an example of building a campaign. So let's say visit, follow, invitation plus 2 messages. So we give it this a name, 24 November, CEOs and tech. This is the name. Now it asks us where do we want to bring the prospects from. So we want them from our list. Now it is asking us if we want to add all the prospects to the list. Yes, we add all the prospects to the list. Visit the LinkedIn profile, and you can see here the sequence is being built. Now it is asking us how many days of delay until the next action. So let's say 2 days. Now we are going to follow, then another 4 days. And now we have the invitation. The invitation is a friend request. The best practice says that you shouldn't add a note, but you can add a note if you want. So let's say no note, just sending the plain friend request. Then again, we can add a delay. We are adding a delay. And now we have the friend request, not the friend request. After the person approved, assuming he did approve, we have the ability to send him a message. So we have here different templates that I've created already, but we can also create our own thing. Hey, I saw you're a CEO of a tech company in New York. I'm looking to sell you something. Hope you don't mind cold outreach. So this is an example. We can add variables. So first name, this is going to pull his name from the LinkedIn profile, last name, company, etc. And then we can save the reach out template and tech CEO. Then we hit the confirm button. Next. Now we have the second follow-up. Now we hit the confirm button. And as soon as we launch the campaign, this campaign is going to start working actually, and we can see this in the queue. So here I have different campaigns that I'm currently running. So this is a follow campaign, which is following different people, prospects. So you can see here the people that the next step is going to follow them, and here you can see like how many people I already followed. Let's give you an example of another campaign. Let's say DM automation. So we have 73 people that are waiting that the automation is going to send them an invitation. 765 people still need to approve my invitation. 0 people are currently in the delay phase. 0 people are currently in the message phase. And 16 people are basically after the message. This is, I don't know why do they have this step. It's irrelevant in this case. We also have the queue, which basically shows us all the next actions that Waalaxy is going to take. So it's going to take the invitation. We can filter by, like after the main invitation it's going to do other things, like the message request and the follows. We can filter based on specific actions. When is it going to follow? We can filter based on different campaigns, etc. Now, we can also enter each specific campaign, and this is, I forgot to show you, and see it like the analytics. So we sent 359 invitations, 87 messages, 89 people accepted, 24% acceptance rate, 16% response rate, 14 answered messages. So this is general data of this specific campaign, which is pretty good, not bad. And yeah, I guess that's it. I mean, I can go on for ages and really tell you a bit more like of different tests that I've conducted with different openers and different sequences and more automations that I'm layering on top of Waalaxy, but I think I will save this for like a different, more advanced tutorial. For now, I wanted to show you how powerful is Waalaxy. I mean, even if you master like what I showed you, like using good search operands in the LinkedIn search and importing the correct prospects and building campaigns with decent copy, you are going to see, hopefully you're going to see very nice numbers. And if you would like me to create like more advanced stuff, I'm happy to do so. Just let me know, like if you have specific questions, let me know in the comment section and I'm happy to answer. That's it, guys. Until next time, take care and keep on automating.